Okay, so we're starting with the SOAPBOX of the MoodIndigo 2019 OC candidates. So in the beginning, we'll have the opening statements by both the candidates. The maximum time limit for it is 5 minutes. Individually 3 minutes and total 5 minutes.
Hello everyone, I am Prasham Agrawal, a third year undergraduate student in Metallurgical Engineering and Material Sciences Department. I was the marketing core group member of MoodIndigo 2018. Having been actively involved in the fest at various capacities since my stay in the campus, I have been working on it very closely and given a chance to become the overall coordinator of MoodIndigo 2019. I envision the coming edition in the following way. I have emphasized a lot in my manifesto on the overall publicity and outreach of the festival, the on-ground experience of all the visitors, and the take-back value of all the stakeholders involved. To increase upon the overall publicity and outreach of the festival, a lot of focus will be laid on the trending social media platforms like Instagram, along with a heavy emphasis on mass media via marketing deals. I will also try to expand the multi-city program of MoodIndigo to more and more cities and incentivize the CR program to reach out to more and more colleges in the country and reach out to the unexplored fresh talent in those cities. To improve upon the on-ground experience of the visitors, I would lay a lot of emphasis on the hospitality and assistance a visitor gets, and the festival vibes and the type and the scale of the events which the visitor experiences at the festival. On the hospitality and assistance front, I will ensure that basic necessities like first aid kits, portable toilets and drinking water are easily accessible, and to lay out a proper direction system for a hassle-free effective price and certificate distribution at the end of MI for much increased take-back for the participants. To further enhance the crowd experience, I plan to increase the number of DI on the streets to make the festival much more lively. I will lay a lot of emphasis on expanding the MoodIndigo merchandise, which will help us in building the brand value of the festival. Well-structured core workshops in multiple genres will be looked for to target learning interested audience, which will be taken by professionals of very known face value. As regards to the community engagement within the institute, I will push for regular small-scale events and competitions for the NC crowd. I will also try to give special privileges to the IT Bombay crowd in events and concerts during the festival. Finally, with regards to the security, I will form the security team well in advance and conduct detailed run-throughs of the workforce with the security team to avoid any mishaps in the festival. For any emergency, the contact details of the emergency personnel will be put at the various hostels in the campus. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Himang Jain, third year undergraduate student from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I was the core group member of Hospitality and Public Relations Department of MoodIndigo 2018. I have been associated with MoodIndigo for the past 3 months. For the past 3 years, I have closely observed the working of the festival and see a plethora of opportunities to work and build upon. My manifesto revolves around brand expansion as an organization, publicity and outreach of the same, good crowd experience and festival vibes for the visitors. If given a chance to become overall coordinator of MoodIndigo 2019, I would envision in the following ways. First of all, events. I will focus on events with high novelty factor in order to create a long-lasting impact which will in return increase the brand value of the overall festival and crowd experience. We'll strive to provide the winners a chance to get internship opportunities under renowned personalities and showcase their talent on professional platform both nationally and internationally. I will push for an increase in the number of international artists and events in the festival from diverse cultural backgrounds and genres to further increase its reputation as the most unique offering of culture from all around the world. To improve the crowd experience and festival feeling, I will oversee every venue and street is aesthetically decorated and plan to extend this to night ambience to enhance the visitor experience round the clock. We'll strive to improve the streets and crowd experience by expanding Mood Has Got Talent. Instead of focusing solely beautification of the campus, I will move to witty interactive ambience elements. For publicity, the aim will be to put and reach out to national level to the target crowd, at the same time enhancing MoodIndigo presence in areas where it's not renowned enough. By introducing overall contingent championship across the nation to boost the participation, I will push for viable pre-MI publicity events and workshop at popular venues to invite incentivized participation along with focus on increasing digital media publicity. Mass media will be highly targeted via marketing deal to give the festival the publicity it deserves. In regards to the community engagement within the institute, I will push for regular small-scale events and competition, catering to institute crowd in collaboration with the student-run bodies for dance and design workshop. Separate entrance facility will be made for IT Bombay students to provide hassle-free experience during the festival. Coming to hospitality and assistance, I will encourage to utilize the untapped potential in tech and app space on the basis of sorted backend to enrich on-ground experience. Setting up of assistant desk near crowded venues like Main Gate and Convocation Hall. I will lay special emphasis on constructing more secure, rigid and user-friendly online registration process. Finally, in regards to security, I will ensure proper queue management to be discussed with security officials to avoid any kind of stampede or chaos. A strict check will be kept upon sound level to avoid any sort of inconvenience to the campus residents during the festival. I will strive to ensure that Moodindigo 2019 would be a memorable experience for the visitors, artists and institute crowd. Thank you.
Okay, so we now move on to the manifesto debate. So the panel will be asking questions on 5 points, and each point can last for a total of 5 minutes, and there are any number of recordings allowed by both the sides. So I'll pass on the mic to the panel.
So my first question is to Prashant. So you have mentioned that you will be increasing the number of night events. So what sort of events that you are planning? And my next question following to this particular point is, so there is a general intention that by increasing the night events, there are various security issues that have been there during the fest time. So how do you plan to tackle these things when you are increasing the number of night events?
Okay, so answering your first question first, so the type of events which I'm thinking about are more of where people gather and they discuss something, or like something like a storytelling thing, or maybe having night glow events where like having a night glow TT, neon table tennis or something of that sort, which will help in increasing the ambience of the festival as well and will engage the crowd as well. Regarding your second question, it might increase the security issues. So actually it's the other way around. Since we have less events in the night, the crowd roams quite freely in the campus, and that might result in security issues in the campus. So if we have more events in the night, that will decrease the security issues.
So my question is to Hima. So as it has been written that you have written a point in which you will be launching a suggestion portal which will be coordinated in the institute. Can you just tell me how will it operate and what will be?
So basically, the initial plan was to give a Google form where the people can give the feedbacks about the past MOODI, what are the all problems and issues which they face during the MOODI, so that we can tackle those particular issues and how we can improve the on-ground experience, particularly institute people.
So exactly how will you take action on whatever suggestion you get in the...
So as Prashant mentioned, we will make our security team well in advance so that we can work upon all those problems. Majorly, the institute faces are the security problems. So we'll work on from let's say 2 months before the MOODI so that we can cater those problems easily.
So my question is to Mark. So you have mentioned that oversee every venue in street is aesthetically decorated and plan to extend this to night ambience to enhance the visitor experience from the crowd. So what it is different that you are going to do from the past year edition?
Generally the ambience which is laid down in the campus is more focused on the day events, but having the ambience element which are glowing in the night as well would improve the crowd experience. At the same time, it will make the campus more interactive.
Can you give some specific elements which you want to introduce?
Maybe a kind of neon bulbs, a kind of neon element which are putting up on the streets during the time of the day events. During the time of day, they will add value as the ambience, but during the night, they will glow and beautify the campus.
Anything apart from this, because this was the last year. form of a graffiti or anything that you like?
Yeah, so this year as well, we have planned to have some graffiti during the Moodai, but due to last moment problem, we won't be able to execute it. But we will try to start the process from summers as well.
Two more questions.
So since this particular point is mentioned in both the manifestos, this question is both Prasham and Himan. So you have mentioned that you will be having an emergency contact number. So how do you plan to do that, and who will be handling this? First thing is, how do you plan to do that, and who will be handling this, and are they capable enough to handle security concerns that are being during the fest?
So our plan is to get a emergency contact number from the institute authorities. So we put this emergency contact number in the hospitality room, which is in SAC. So there are a sufficient number of people who are regularly in the hospitality room, so that they can give proper feedbacks and what are the problems to the security CG, and they will take the further actions. And the emergency contact number is available on all the booklets.
So you mean to say that something that is similar to the quick response team that is there throughout the year. So what is the new thing that you are doing? Well, yes, you are just publicizing. Apart from that, you are not introducing any emergency new contact, right?
No, so exactly what the problem right now is, there's no immediate point of contact for the visitors if they face any security issue. So what we are trying to do is we'll create a separate dedicated team for this, and that can be a part of the Moodindigo team or the institute of officials or a mix of that, and we can publicize their contact details and in the hostels. So they'll be the primary point of contact, and depending on the scale of the problem can be carried on like. Yeah.
So as you mentioned that there is no access number for visitors, there is a factual correction. Even visitor can use QRT number.
Yeah.
Throughout the year, it's not only for the fest, it's for throughout the year. That's a factual correction. The next thing is, so you mentioned either it will be students or the official members or combining both. So if you are keeping a member of MI itself or any student, that it be the Institute Council or the MI. So my question is, are the students capable enough to handle security issues that happen during the fest? Because you may be knowing, because there are various things that happen, then are they capable enough?
Depending on the gravity of the problem is escalated to the higher authorities.
Yeah, so they'll be the primary point of contact, and depending on the scale of the problem, if it's a minor issue like a small robbery or something, so maybe the students can refer to the appropriate contacts. But if it's a major issue like a sexual harassment or something, so we'll have to take the call accordingly, and it will be referred to the higher officials.
Okay. So what are your general plans in general? So is there any plan that you will be having some women member in the team, or is just the men, or what sort of team that you are planning?
Depending upon the capability of a person, we don't have any gender biasness. So if a person is capable enough, we will take him or her in the team or not.
So don't you know that there is a mandate for emergency contact that there should be a woman person in each and every QRT or any emergency purposes for security reasons?
So the Moodindigo team is always approachable, like irrespective of whether gender biasness, because we have to solve the problem at any cost. So it doesn't matter whether a woman calls or a man calls.
So my question was not how MI was approachable. My question was, so do you know whether there is a need to have a mandate woman personality in the team, and if suppose you are just planning according to their credentials or with respect to their experience, even you need to consider a woman too, right? That's what my question.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll take that into consideration.
Last question. So the question, you have mentioned in the manifesto that there will be a lot of emphasis on the overall take-back value of the stakeholder. So recently there has been observed the kind of experience that is being present in the internal workforce, that is being present in the internal students that are working for Moodindigo. So how will you ensure that the take-back of the workforce increases by working for Moodindigo?
So there can be a lot of things which can be done. So things can be done on the learning front. So maybe we can do more of workshops during the SIM that can help the coordinators increase their learning. And something can be done to increase the take back value, like something we can, like something maybe memories of a lifetime or something of that sort. The journey of how how MI started and how it perfectly executed, like the entire 9-month duration into some sort of a booklet or something, an album or something of that sort can be done, and that can be given to all the workforce.
Okay, so that was all about the manifesto debate. Now we'll move on to the topic debate. So there are 2 topics, and I'll just ask one of the members from the audience to choose one. I don't know. Okay, so the debate topic is, just listen carefully, what is your plan of action for handling any kind of external controversy that might potentially affect the reputation of IIT Bombay? That's the debate question. So you have
Can you repeat, please?
what is your plan of action for handling any kind of external controversy that might potentially affect the reputation of IIT Bombay? Yeah. So you guys have 3 minutes to express your views each on this topic. After that, the panel will give the review on that view, and post that the panel can ask one question each to you, which you have to answer within 8 minutes. You can take like one or 2 minutes to prepare for your
Yeah.
answer.
बोल तो कुछ कुछ नहीं समझ रहा एग्जामिनेशन में एग्जामिनेशन प्रोवाइड करने का ठीक है सर ये वाला नहीं कि वो एग्जाम मतलब किसी गलती में इश्यूज में पास कर दिया जो and the student can commit mistake. Okay, so then we depending on the situation, we will take serious action on the students as well as the organization. So depend on the मतलब अगर आगे ऑन करना है तो will signal parties and institute. क्या बोलती है? तो समझ में क्या रहेगा? सोना मार्गा तो वाला किसी से लेवल या ट्रेनिंग को नहीं कुछ नहीं था. मोहम्मद बोला तो बोलना सोना मार्गा तो वाला किसी से पहले सिलेक्शन नीचे गए थे तो गलती की तो अपनी गलती थी तो वो अंडरस्टैंड नीचे डिफाइन करते हैं कि क्या करना है. ठीक है तो करना जनरल में गलती तो उनकी मतलब गिवन से सकता होता है पता चलता है. कोऑर्डिनेटर की गलती है तो हमारे will take responsibility. Internally we will take responsibility. I will take responsibility. Software
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So yeah, the first. Yeah, so firstly, we'll try to make sure and we'll try to know what the exact issue is, what the exact problem is, and depending on the issue, we'll try to figure out what, like who's on the wrong side, whether it's really a problem of it's been a mistake from the Moodindigo side or it's just a made up thing and it's someone is trying to hamper the image of Moodindigo. So once we figure that out, it depends whether if it's the fault of someone from the MI team. So we'll try to make sure that Moodindigo and IIT Bombay takes proper action against him in consultation with the higher authorities in the institute.
Okay, so now the panel may express their views on what they said. Seems good. Okay, so now the panel will ask any questions that they have regarding the viewpoints expressed. Annual motions. Okay, so the next part is questions by inside. So a member from the inside board will ask questions to you.
The questions are for Hemang first and then Prashant. So Hemang, first question. What would be the highlight of your proposed PMI event and how do you propose to implement it?
So basically, we are planning to have some pre-MI events in the summers where we can publicize the event in the Mumbai and can collaborate with the various agencies and can organize a workshop in collaboration with the external agencies outside the campus.
Second question. Which departments of Moodindigo do you think require the most brand building and why?
Can you repeat?
Which departments of Moodindigo do you think require the most brand building and why?
I guess it's Horizons because most of the celebrities and the international quotient where Moodindigo has to be pitched among someone is Horizons. They have to be very expressive at the same time. They know what exactly Moodindigo is. They know what all sectors, what all genres Moodindigo covers.
Third question. What issues have you identified with the registration and hospitality that you wish to correct?
So there are a lot of back-end issues on the registration. It's not very smooth from a visitor perspective. They find it very difficult to register on the Moodai website because it's not very user-friendly website. So we'll implement to have more feedbacks where at each step what should be solution from our side as a, let's say, a chatbot kind of thing. Like if a particular person has filled a wrong entry, that the website should tell them that this is a particular thing which is wrong and due to this particular reasons you have to edit accordingly. So this will help us in increasing the number of registration for Moodindigo.
Fourth question. How do you plan to tackle the issue of crowd management at popular events to prevent a stampede-like situation which arose this year?
So the major reason was the IIT Bombay crowd and the non-IIT Bombay crowd are at the same, entering from the same location. So by segregating the crowd between IIT Bombay and non-IIT Bombay, this would majorly resolve all the situation, and the security officials should gauge well in advance like what's the stature of the artist. Accordingly, they can divert their workforce at those major venues.
Last question for you. At what point would you be involving external security in the fest when you are faced with a certain situation?
Last year?
I'm sorry?
Last year? You're talking about last year?
No, like in any kind of situation, let's say as a hypothetical situation.
Always whenever there is a major issue.
What kind of major issue?
Major event.
A major big event, a flagship event. Like the headliner of the Humor Fest.
Alright, thank you. The next set of questions are for Prashant. First question. Will you go about ensuring the growth of Moodindigo on trending social media platforms like Instagram? What other social media platforms are you planning to tap if you are?
So basically, Instagram is the biggest trending platform right now, the social media platform. So we'd like to transfer our focus from Facebook to Instagram. As of now, on our CR portal, there's only the option of we count the shares only of the Facebook shares. So we'll try to include the Instagram shares or likes on that as well. So in this way, we can try to improve our presence on the Instagram front. And other social media handles that we are trying to explore are majorly Snapchat.
Alright. Second question. You have stated that Moodindigo schedules would be made available against IITB ID cards at various locations in the campus. How would this process actually work? Why would this facility not be made available to external visitors who will be present in much greater numbers in the fest?
So the Moodindigo schedule is anyways, it's by default given to the visitors, as we give the registration booklets to them, and the schedule is contained in the registration booklets. Regarding your first question, where would these be available? So these can be available either at the hostels, or we can set up multiple assistant desks throughout the campus, and these booklets can be available there.
Third question. What sort of high novelty factor events would you focus on, and how exactly would these events help in increasing the brand value of the overall festival?
So by high novelty factor events, we'll try to include the very niche genres which are not widely performed at festivals. So these include some niche or untapped foreign dance forms like flamenco or something, and we can some underground cultural genres like the street dancing and all. So these genres. Yeah.
Fourth question. Given the inordinate delay in prize and certificate distribution to the participants in MI, what would you significantly do better in your tenure to make sure that this does not happen?
So this is actually a major issue as the participants who win at Moodindigo, it takes some time to deliver the prizes and the prize money to them, the certificates and the prize money to them. So what we can do is we'll be creating a separate portal with the help of tech. So that will be a competitions portal, and we'll have option in that where people will have to enter their contact details, the bank details, and this will be filled with these will be filled during the festival. Like as soon as a participant wins the competition, he'll has to fill that portal, so the problem gets solved pretty easily.
The last question. In what ways would the CR program be incentivized to reach out to a greater amount of colleges in the country?
The incentives?
Obviously.
Yeah, so the incentives can be varied depending on, we can explore some incentives like internship opportunities to various top CRs, and we can include some marketing, some help from the marketing sponsors, and we can give some goodies and some top prizes to the top CRs. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the end of questions by side. Now we move on to the audience questions. If anyone has any question that they want to ask the candidates, just welcome to one.
If I do become the overall coordinator of Moodindigo 2019, I will strive to further strengthen its brand value, enhance the crowd experience, and ensure great learning curve for the team involved and take Moodindigo to greater heights.
Okay, so in a nutshell, a great take-back value for all the stakeholders implies a great experience for and itself ensures a great word-of-mouth publicity for the coming editions, and therefore, if given a chance, I would like to lay a lot of emphasis on the overall take-back value of all the stakeholders of Moodindigo 2019, be it the visitors, the artists, the judges, the vendors, sponsors, and most importantly, the workforce. I would like to make sure that each and every individual who has worked for the festival takes back a great set of learning, memories, and a set of friends turned into family to cherish forever.